Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Crest 6-light circular pendant, the 132161. I like this pendant a lot. Seems to be a theme with Hubbardton Forge where they like to do a lot of fixtures that kind of invoke the sea and waves, and those rolling waves on this guy. So anyway, let's get into the size of the fixture itself, independent of what it's going to be hanging from, which we'll talk about in a second. So this is 7.8 inches tall. Diameter is coming in at 37.8. Overall height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the actual ceiling, including everything it's hanging from. That's going to give you a pretty good range. This is going to start off really short, 12.2 inches, which qualifies it to me to be a semi-flush. It'd be really pretty in a lot of different places. With the kind of things that you're going to be getting automatically with this, the pipes, you're going to be able to attain an overall height of 54.2. However, you're going to be able to go longer than that without going custom to a point. It's going to ship with 120 inches of wire, which means that if you want to go longer than that 54.2, all you have to do is order some more kits of these pipes, and it's very easy and they're not very expensive. All you got to do is email me to do that. I could probably get you down to about 10 feet from the ceiling to the bottom of the fixture before you have to go custom, which is a great thing. Kind of takes care of a lot of issues. Let's get into how these kind of things work. So Hubbardton's using the system of these connected rods. Very, very simple. Good way to show it to you is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. Open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list of everything that's going to come with this. It's going to show you how to put it together, which is very simple. What I would do is put the glass on very last after I actually probably have it up. But an easy way to do this would be to put down a blanket on a table, put the fixture, and kind of build your way up. You're going to be taking the wire and you're going to be sending it through these little parts one by one. These parts that you're going to get 3 of the 12-inch, you're going to get 1 of the 6, and you're going to get 1 of the 3 automatically. And a bunch of these little connectors. And the connectors have threading on the ends of them. And then the pipes have threading on the inside of them, and all you're going to do is feed the wire through like a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, and then you're just going to screw them together just like this. And it's so tight and the seam is just so beautifully done that you barely even see it. It looks like just a clean rod coming down. You're going to be able to look at a chart that we're going to have available for you on the page for this over on that side of the screen midway down. Also going to be on those installations instructions. The chart will be there too. It's going to show you which combinations of which rods are going to get you to those listed overall heights, bottom of the fixture to ceiling. Very simple, so it's not a big deal. And like I said before, you can always order new parts. On the very end of this, that wire is going to be coming out of what's called a canopy, and that's going to be the part that goes on your ceiling. It's a flat, round disc. It's going to go over a standard 4-inch junction box. This is not overly heavy, so you don't have to worry about that. It's also slope ceiling adaptable already. If you guys are putting this on a slope ceiling, a cathedral ceiling, you don't have to worry. Where this meets the canopy, say that's a canopy, and it's going to be like this, but it has a knuckle built at the top, allowing it to go like that. So you're all set there. It's going to be using a couple different things. Hubbardton Forge has a beautiful piece of frosted art glass that's going to be used for this. It's going to be kind of a white glass. I like it because it's a neutral and it kind of it gets this beautiful glow when the bulbs project that light through it. Okay, moving on. Why don't we talk about what you can put into this, which is pretty important. It's going to be using 6 of these candelabra sockets. Okay, these are the smaller ones we all grew up with. Very easy to get. As far as incandescent bulbs, and this is an incandescent version, 60 watt max in each of these 6, so that's quite a bit of light. I expect most of you guys are going to want to do LEDs, easy to get. All the LEDs that I have on the table here I got at a local hardware store in Vermont, so if I can find them here, you can find them everywhere. I see them at my grocery store, at CVS, drugstores, Ace Hardware. If you want to go online, they're easy to find too. Okay, so a couple things about that. So you can use what's called a tubular one. I think what would be good to use in here would be one that's shaped kind of like a ping pong ball. It's going to be round and comes in lots of different flavors. So let's take them out and check them out. So that's an incandescent one. This is an LED. These are both clear. This one is going to be a frosted white one. Okay, and easy to get, like I said before. These are called G16 when they're incandescent. When they're LEDs, you'll notice they're just a hair longer, and they're called a G16.5. So when you're looking out in the world, that's what you're going to be looking at. As far as the LEDs on this go, most of these are going to max out about a 60 watt equivalent, but don't forget you've got 6 of these sockets, so that's quite a bit of light. When you're buying your LEDs, you're going to want to kind of zero in on a few things. You're going to want to zero in, probably if it's going to be frosted or clear, it doesn't really matter, but it might matter to you, so kind of think about that. It's also going to be available in different colors of light coming out of the LED. They're going to tell you can get this in something called 2700 Kelvin, which is going to be super, super yellow. That's kind of like a setting sun. They're going to also offer this to you in something called daylight. And daylight sounds like it should be a warm light, but it's not a warm light. That's kind of that bluish white light you see like in a hospital waiting room, or you see it like in a convenience store or an overcast day. That's going to be 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. I'm sorry, let's go back. Not 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on that Kelvin scale. What we like to use in the middle is what I just said a second ago, 3,000 Kelvin. 3,000 Kelvin is considered soft white or warm white. You'll see it on the box. It'll say that. 3,000 Kelvin is what we use in our showroom. The light coming down on my hands is that nice, warm 3,000 Kelvin. It actually mimics an incandescent bulb, which is nice. So that's what we like to use. Very, very important when you're looking at these online or if you're in a store, make sure it says it's dimmable, because you're going to want to dim this, especially if you got like a 60 watt equivalent bulb. 40 watt equivalent bulbs would be fine in this as well. But make sure it's dimmable. Tell your installer you're using a dimmable bulb so they put the correct dimmer on the wall for you. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.